What can I get for you today, sir?
Yeah, can I please get just a protein shake, please?
The Snickers, certainly. That's one of our most delectable smoothies here at AMF. It's high in protein, low in fat, and it's got moderate carbohydrates.
That looks good.
Certainly.
Seriously?
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video with myself, as always, Alex Connor, physique coach. And today we're talking about muscle building meals, and specifically my favorite muscle building meals, to possibly give you a bit more context and possibly steal some ideas for yourself. And as always, slay some myths about muscle building meals, or what are the best meals to build muscle. So the first thing we need to address is that there is no magic foods. There is no one combination of foods that are gonna magically make you jacked, or make you lose weight, or make you shredded, or make you look better than any others. It is really a case of trial and error. And each food in its own right is gonna have its benefits, it's gonna have its pros, and it's gonna have its cons as well. So what it comes down to then really is about finding and identifying foods, food groups, and food combinations that you specifically enjoy. Because if you enjoy them, you're going to continue to eat them, you're going to sustain that, and that's going to help you get the results over time. So a quick caveat, I'm not going to delve into this in this video. However, if we're looking first of all at nutrition, we need to make sure that the nutrition intake is in line with our goals. So what I mean by that is the first thing we need to understand is energy balance. Energy in, energy out, okay? And the law that, hey, if we want to actually gain muscle or gain weight, we need to be eating in a calorie surplus. If we want to lose weight, we need to be in a calorie deficit. And if we want to just maintain, then we need to find our maintenance calories, which are enough energy, or is enough energy that we're going to be intaking to keep our weight the same over time. However, most of us watching, and most of you watching, probably want to gain muscle, lose body fat, look better, get stronger, and all the above. Am I right? Probably right. Okay. And if you are, you've come to the right place. So we need to then make sure that there is aligned also with a good strength training program, because if we're eating in a calorie surplus and we're gaining weight, but we're not lifting more total volume or total weight over time, then we're not going to be gaining muscle. We're just going to be gaining fat. And this sounds really simple, but you'd be surprised at how many people are overlooking this, and they're not gaining weight, or they're gaining weight really fast. They think they're gaining muscle and they're getting out of shape. But anyway, I digress. Because fundamentally, what's more important than all of that is the fact that we need to talk about what are some meals that you can use. And this is going to come down to you as the individual. So one of the things that you first need to understand, and that you need to get your head around, is that it is personal and bespoke to your taste and your preferences. So it depends your cultural background, it's going to depend on what you like, your dislikes, maybe food allergies, what your dietary intake consists of mainly, and perhaps anything that you particularly want, or always find yourself eating, that is important that you incorporate that into your nutrition regime. So a conversation I have with clients on the regular is always, Alex, what do I eat? What can I eat? And it doesn't matter if I give someone a meal plan or some rigidity, and again, that is a tool, because even if I ask them what foods do they like, it's still more specific to the combinations. If you give someone a food list or a meal plan of foods on it, there's probably a million, well, maybe a million's a bit much, but there's probably many, many ways, hundreds in fact, of how you can make those combinations come together. I mean, Google Jamie Oliver or any good chef, for example, and you can see how many ways you can turn a potato into something else, right? But again, we've got to think about keeping it simple. Simple, again, sustainable, flexible, and enjoyable. So we want to make sure that we're using foods that we can continually prepare over time. They taste good, it's not going to be a pain in the ass, and they're going to deliver us with the nutrients we want. They're getting enough carbohydrates in, the diet is, essential getting enough protein, getting your fats in, and then having them in combinations, with each other that actually work and that you can prepare on the daily or the weekly or whatever it is that you choose to do. So first of all, have a sit down, and this is what I get my clients to do. Make a list, okay? Make a list of you want your primary, start with your big rocks, okay? So look at your breakfast, your lunch, your dinners. Start off with 3 breakfast alternatives. Think about maybe a savory, a sweet, and a quick one. So for example, it might be oats, eggs on toast, and a smoothie. They're your 3 different combinations, okay? And then do the same for your lunch, do the same for your dinner. And then think about what sort of foods you like and then what combinations you can use. And now to give people ideas, I can definitely give people random recipe ideas, and I'm gonna share with you some today, and I'm gonna share some of those with you today. They'll be on the screen as I'm talking, because people always ask me about my food. And look, I'm no great chef, okay? Yes, I know how to cook, but I'm not brilliant, but I'm not bad either. And the only way that I got half decent is by just practicing, because we learn by doing. So don't be afraid to get in the kitchen and start practicing and having a little go with foods, because you're not gonna mess it up. And the only way you're gonna get better is by actually doing it, right? Because let's face it, we don't all have the luxury to pay for a professional chef as much as we like. And it's not feasible to buy your food out all the time, nor is it gonna be accurate if you're trying to actually improve your body composition, because the person making your food does not care about your goals. They're just gonna use whatever they can to make it taste good. That is another video in and of itself. So getting back to it, you've got your list, you've got your breakfast, you've got your lunches, you've got your dinners. And again, perhaps a Google search will come in handy here. Think about the combinations that you want. So for example, you might go, well, I've got oats in the morning. What can I do with oats? Google it. Oats 5 ways, or how to make oats, or what can I do with oats? YouTube is an amazing thing. You're here right now listening to me, wherever you are in the world. And there's thousands of other people out there providing amazing content. Again, I actually use Jamie Oliver's FoodTube to give me a lot of ideas and inspiration and follow along with chefs that I like, because then I can take that, I can incorporate it, with the foods or the ingredients I like from that particular recipe, and I'll make it into my own. I'll make it fit my calories, my protein, my fats, my carbohydrates for the day. And that's literally it. And that's all you do. And then it's just a matter of tweaking those little things. So for example, if you're someone that is on a deficit and you don't have a lot of calories to play with, perhaps you need to substitute, a higher carbohydrate alternative in this recipe for a lower one. Or perhaps you just need to reduce the quantities. Perhaps it's taking the fat element out and replacing it with something else. Perhaps it's a Thai green curry, which is one of my most popular dishes that I make. All right, take the cashews out if you don't have that much fat to play with, and just have it as it is, because it's still got the fat from the coconut milk, etc., or whatever it may be. But again, without getting too specific, just think about these combinations and start to think about foods that you like. You might think about cuisines. You might think, well, I really like Italian, or I want Indian, or I want Thai. And use those inspirations on your dish. And again, this is really basic stuff, guys, when you think about it. And it really, really isn't hard. And I always say, if I can do it, you can do it. I'm nothing special, I'm not genetically gifted, I don't have the best resources, I just make the best of what I've got, all right? Or I have made the best of what I've got, and I continue to do so, and I continue to build on that. And that's just having the growth mindset versus the victim mindset, right? Like, I put the onus on myself to do what I want to do, and if I want to achieve something, then I believe that I've got to make it happen. It's down to me. If it's meant to be, it's up to me, and all that carry on. So perhaps try some of those things as well. So one of the meals that I've actually got with me right now, it doesn't look very good. So this is not Instagram worthy at the minute, right? It just looks like a big bowl of mush. I can tell you that tastes absolutely phenomenal. So what that is there is, it's like a Mexican inspired dish. So I'll run you through a typical day. I'll throw some pictures up on the screen, and I'll make another video running you through in detail a more typical day of what I eat, right? Because that seems to be a popular YouTube video, and everyone is interested in what I eat. Again, it's not magic. So I start off my day, I have oats. I have some dehydrated oats, okay? I layer it. So for example, I put a bit of cacao, a bit of cinnamon in the oats, fill the water up to the level of the bowl, dehydrate it in the microwave for around 2 minutes. I let it cool off at night, okay? This is when I prepare it. I put some Greek yogurt on the top. I use a Chobani yogurt or something similar, and then pop some blueberries in the yogurt, okay? I will then chop up some banana, and I'll pop that on top with a bit of protein powder, and then I will put some, I'm just thinking about it now because there's quite a bit on there, I'll pop some peanut butter over the top, honey and salt. Yes, salt. Honey, peanut butter, salt, salted caramel. It's amazing. Try it. You're welcome. So that's meal one. And I usually have sometimes a coffee before that. I don't get up and eat straight away. That's not what I like to do these days. I have a couple of hours, have a coffee, then I'll get into my eating. My next meal at the minute, I like rice pudding, all right? And I've got the calories to play with at the minute. So rice sits really well with me. I've chosen an arborio rice because it swells up a little bit more. I have that with some casein protein, some almonds, I've got some milk in there and some raisins as well. And I'll just churn that up and it's like a rice pudding. It's beautiful, it's like a dessert. I use that as a pre or post workout, depending on when I train, usually in this first part of the day. And then lunch, my next meal, is the Thai green curry. So it's basmati rice, it's stir-fried vegetables, onion, garlic, all those beautiful things, flavor. I use light coconut milk with the rice. I stir fry my chicken, usually just use a soy sauce base because I'm going to use the green curry or the green curry paste in the rice and the coconut milk to flavor that. And I've also got some cashews in there. Absolutely amazing. Salt and pepper your food, season your food, guys. Learn how to season your food. Now, the next meal is a bit of a snack. So I have an apple and some popcorn. Popcorn's a great snack. Fruit's a great snack, low calories, quick. I don't have to prep that, I just grab and go. Again, you can find that in your local supermarket. The next meal, my dinner, is this one, which is basmati rice with salsa mix, stir-fried vegetables once again, lean beef. Again, I season it with some taco seasoning or something like that. Again, I'm not making this from scratch. And then Sweet Baby Ray's sauce. Sweet Baby Ray's! It's the best sauce. The sauce is the boss, even says it on the label. If you've not had Sweet Baby Ray's, you're not living. Legit, get on that shit. And then after this, I have a dessert because I'm British. And, well, I just got a sweet tooth. It doesn't matter where you're from. I just love dessert. Who doesn't? Now, this is one of my favorite meals. My last meal before I go to bed. It's what I eat when I'm chilling out and sitting down. So what do? Is I have, I make that first meal, that breakfast, I have the oats, okay, but I'm making a separate bowl, dehydrate them again, but don't put anything on them this time. Then I will put a bit of casein protein on top of that, like icing almost, but just powder form. I know it sounds weird. I watched a guy did it and I really like it. It tastes amazing. Don't knock it till you try it. And then I put some of the banana I chop on my breakfast onto that, but then on that goes another big pile of ice cream. I use Peter's Light and Creamy, shout out, it's awesome. Because I'm greedy and I like to eat more. Don't have to have the low fat one, I just choose to. I like the taste of it. And again, I can have more. Whoops, cracking the back. Yeah, bit of a stretch out. And then I put on that, so peanut butter on the banana, then the ice cream, sorry. And then I've got blueberries, I use raw cacao nibs, and I've got, what else do I put on that? Oh yeah, blueberries, maple syrup, salted caramel popcorn, like a boss. Now you might be sitting there thinking, how many calories have you got to play with, son? Well, again, I've got about 3,500 and counting. However, I make them go far. And I'm at a point now where I'm not in comp prep. I'm in a lean gaining phase, fairly active throughout the day. I've got a fairly fast metabolism. So I eat a lot of food, okay? So those foods there satiate me, they fuel me, they fill me up, and they make me feel good. And one last note before we go, because again, we're keeping these videos on the shorter side, and I don't want to give you too much straight away, is when you eat foods, if you feel good after eating them, note it down, okay? Think about it, continue to have them in your diet. If you don't, and I did this for the longest time with a lot of processed foods, fuck them off, okay? If they don't make you feel good, get rid of them. You do not need a very expensive DNA test to tell you what foods are bespoke to your DNA. We unfortunately don't have that evidence yet. There are companies out there who are saying we do. The information, the literature, okay, is a little bit biased. You know, you can see studies for and against it, but at this stage, again, not from my own knowledge, but some of the best practitioners in the world that I've been able to speak to, we do not have enough evidence that proposes that. And even if we did, you don't have to pay tens of thousands of dollars for someone to tell you what to eat, when you can figure it out by listening to your body, using a bit of trial and error, and taking a bit of effort as well. So guys, I'm going to leave it there. They are my favorite muscle building meals. Again, it all comes down to your preference, okay? There's no magic when it comes to meals. It's more about setting up your energy balance, your calorie balance, understanding macronutrients, micronutrients, and the order of priority. So, do me a favor, smash that like button, comment below if you like this video, if you have any questions, if you want to see something specifically more. Make sure you subscribe, as always, for weekly videos. Go subscribe right now if you've not already done it, all right? We'll automatically become best friends, and we'll catch up and we'll eat food together. Nah, jokes. But anyway, that sounds a bit weird, but you never know. We'll see. It's 2019, right? It's cool. Also, my academy is about to launch at the end of this month. What is my academy? It's basically an unparalleled culture, okay? A community, if you will, a place where you can sign in, okay? Subscription based. You will have access to all of the knowledge based on training, nutrition, and lifestyle elements collectively, from the most important factors to the least. It's filmed with me professionally. I talk you through what are the most important factors. I keep them simple, I define them, I teach you how to implement them in key takeaways, and that's the same with every single thing. An exercise library is in there on how to complete everything. You can be your own personal trainer, your own coach. You can have me as your coach in your pocket for $25 a week. I've been working on this for years. It is a growing library. Every week it will increase and it will continue in value, okay? I'm still gonna provide my free content as well. But guys, look, $25 a week, if you can't afford that, that's a meal. So anywhere, anyone in the world can now have me as your coach. You can't beat one-on-one, but we're still getting there. No cookie cutter bullshit either, guys. I'm not selling off one-off training or nutrition programs. They have their place, but they don't fucking work for the most part because you need context. I'm not bagging on anyone who does that. They definitely have their purpose. That's not the way I like to run things. It does not work without some education. So I'm gonna be educating you, okay? Within that group, and I'm going to still give you some guidelines. I'm still going to give you some templates so you can be like, hey, here's a bit of a strength routine, here's a bit of a nutrition regime that may work, but I'm going to teach you how to make it bespoke to you so you can do it yourself, and we're going to grow that out every week. Anyway, I'm rambling as always, nothing new there. So guys, as always, thank you for watching. I will see you next week with another one of these videos, and yes, as promised, the new nutrition series, or the new food series, Iconically Fearless Meals, is coming soon too. So now you're gonna have no more excuses to make your food. They're all gonna be in the academy too. And I'll be snippeting those for you guys to watch free too. So again, if you've not already listened to the latest podcast, get the knowledge bombs in you, and I'll see you next week. Just fucking rambling. All right, you know it, stay fearless. Out.
Just literally tipped water all over myself. Oh shit, that's an outtake. I poured water all over myself. I legit didn't know I had it in there. Hang on. I'll edit that out.